Hello, back by popular demand. It is the Inconsistent Cook. It is once again a weekend without a date, and so here I am with an apple. Mr. Gerber, one of my neighbors, gave me a bushel of apples. So not to have any of them go to waste, I will now create an apple crisp. Now, you may not have known, but an apple has tons of nutritional value. It has insoluble fiber as well as soluble fiber. What's insoluble fiber? Insoluble fiber is helps to reduce cholesterol. I had to peek at my notes because I had to take a few notes on this. And the insoluble part of it is, the soluble is that it has, it lowers cholesterol. And the insoluble is that it helps cleanse the body and move things through the body. So, it also has half of the vitamin C is right under the skin, so it's always good to do that. Did you know that an apple is good for your lungs, your bones, your heart, and your digestive system? So it is true that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make an apple crisp. And with me here is my new member of the studio. Come here, Deary. Deary is very cooperative. This is the new member of my family hanging over the food. And Deary is just here to basically amuse me and keep me happy. So if I'm happy, then everybody's happy. So I'm going to put some butter in the microwave. Melt that. I've already got a whole whack of apples cut here. Now, Mr. Gerber, my neighbor, gave me these apples, and he also offered me a peeler and a slicer, which I think is really cool. But what I find is it's really quite simple to cut an apple like this, and it kind of do whatever you want. Just kind of cut it up a bit, and then it just kind of falls off into nice little baby chunks there. And that can go nicely. I did peel the whole bunch of them over there, but really a person doesn't have to peel them. I think actually because there is like all that vitamin C just right underneath the skin, it's probably better to leave the skin on. So what have we got going on over here is I have 1 cup of whole wheat flour. Now you could use brown rice flour and do the gluten-free thing. I want to make it really sweet because I have a friend that might be coming over this week, and he has a bit of a sweet tooth. You know who you are. And so I'm going to make it really sweet. But what I could have done as well is use cane sugar, which once all my brown sugar is gone, I think I'm going to just really transfer over to just doing everything super duper healthy and go ahead and pay the extra money for it. I've got 2 cups of oatmeal. I might end up putting more in there, but I kind of like an apple crisp that has more chunk to it than, like I like that sort of like comes out like cookie chunks. And I just put a ton of cinnamon in there. Cinnamon is also awesome for the blood, for your blood, and actually it's good for diabetics. Did you also know that oatmeal is low in carbohydrate? It's a good complex carbohydrate, so it's good if you want to lose weight. It's good if you want to, if you're an athlete and you're in training, because it gives you great energy. Now I put the butter on for way too long, and it is absolutely steaming hot. So I put a ton of butter in there too, just because I made one for my friend Debbie and I, and Stuart, but to tell you the truth, I felt it was a little bit lacking. It didn't seem to have the consistency or the sweetness to it. I figure if you're going to have dessert, it might as well be really good. You know, I think I'm learning that from a said friend. Don't cut corners when it comes to dessert. Go for the best and just enjoy it, because for the most part, you know, we all are trying very hard to live healthy and to you know, take care of the body. I've got this sort of, like I was saying, like a 90-20 or an 80, or a 90-10 or an 80-20 rule. So 80% of the week, we're so careful. And then there's the weekend comes and we all want to have a little treat. So basically that is that. In go the apples, just like that, and a nice beautiful empty casserole dish. And on goes the crumble. And you have got yourself a mouth-watering apple crisp. That didn't take long. It took 5 minutes.